777. My son Goddess 777. Come on in here. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Greetings. Support Maya's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. We are definitely expanding. Join our tribe. We getting a lot of things set up so you can see what we're building and what's going on. Support Maya's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. Welcome. Stop doing that shit right now. Available on PayShip, $29 for a limited time, and it will be coming soon within the next probably day on Kindle, KDP. The ebook is $7.99. Um, what's up with that LionsGate portal? What's up? We're gonna talk about the energy that's coming in, and I'm not just gonna talk about my book, but thank you everyone for your support. I am gonna not stop talking about this because it's something that I've been working on for a while, and I'm working on other projects, but I am just grateful to being able to get this out during this energy and this time. This is not my first published work, but this is something that I'm totally in alignment with what's going on within. That's what I like about it. I am really and totally in. I'm not saying that. I guess I was in alignment the other time with whatever energy I was going in. Like I said with my other book, I was right there in the eye of the storm, and I was really feeling victimized. With this energy now, with this book, with this ebook and this healing package, these 5 videos, healing videos, I feel like I am a victor. Like I have overcame some stuff. I feel like that, I can see clearly now. You know what I'm saying? Rain ain't always bad. You know how the song say, I can see clearly the rain is gone. Well, I could see, I could tell somebody a little something now. I done went through it myself. So I know, you know what I'm saying? I know what to do and what not to do. Not to say I know everything because I'm still a student and I'm still learning. But honey, I could see over the mountains and stuff a little bit. I could see, you know what I'm saying, through the clouds and see the sunshine. So I'm on the other side of this thing now. So yeah, I was in a, like I said, I was in a phase stage of being right in the eye of the storm and needing help, wanting somebody to hear me. Now I'm at the point where I stopped doing that shit. So I'm telling you to stop doing that shit. Not me telling you something that I haven't tried, that I haven't done, and I haven't did with other people, and it worked for them. So testimonies are coming, testimonials, and all that stuff is on the way. I'm just glad to be able to be a part of the energy of the Aquarius North Node, and the Leo South Node, where I'm in the mindset and in alignment of thinking about the bigger picture, not just me, myself, and I, but I'm building something, not just for me. I'm building something for you, and not just for you and me, for generations. My mindset, and I'm trying to align with others that are not just thinking about right now in the present and what we're doing and what we got to do, and in survival mode, we thinking about generations. I'm thinking about, my mindset is infinite to infinite generations. Like I'm thinking about the generations that I can't even that I will only visit spiritually. That's where I'm thinking now. Like I'm thinking about my descendants that I won't even see but in the spiritual realm. Like generations and generations on down. That's where my mindset is. And I was talking to a neighbor the other day, and I was like, do you know your ancestors would be very happy with you, finishing up something that they did? Like I know some of the areas, some of the ancestors, and I'm not from the area where I live, but I still look at it as a frequency. Like I might say, well, my ancestors are not from this area, but we don't know. Like we don't really know, like where our ancestors are from, somewhat, because when they did dividing of the states and counties and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on subject. I'm not just talking about this book this whole time. I'm gonna talk. I'm proud of it. I'm never gonna stop talking about it because this is my well, if you're gonna count my music stuff, I think this is maybe like what that I've actually put out and probably published. This is like with a book, this is like my second published work. But like I said, I'm not gonna ever stop talking about this because I am grateful for the support. I am not trying to sell anything. I am attracting my tribe. I am attracted with people that's in alignment with healing, with doing the work. People that's tired and sick and tired. They done tried everything else, and now they ready to go within. But I was telling my neighbor, getting back to the subject, I was telling my neighbor like, do you know how you would heal the ancestors and bring pride and even the energy like of you just like us coming together and building up these communities and not sitting waiting for somebody to do it. We doing it ourselves and making it like we done. It ain't nothing that we ain't done before. It's nothing. We are our ancestors. This ain't nothing new for us to build. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's time to do now. While that world is burning down, whatever they got going on, they still their system was bound to fall sooner or later. It's been done. The Mayans predicted that the world ended in 2012. And when they say the world end, a lot of times they not talking about everybody dying and all this destruction. I mean, things have to be, torn down before it can be rebuilt. But a lot of times when they predicting the end of the world, it do be catastrophic stuff happening. It's stuff that can happen and everything, but everybody not gonna get out of here. Everybody not going, it's not doomsday. You know what I'm saying? So what we have to be doing is preparing to cut our piece of the pie and create our heaven on earth. And that's going to consist of us coming together with like-minded people. And thank you again for supporting. Stop doing that shit right now. Like I said, I'm not trying to sell a thing. I'm attracting my tribe, like-minded people that are ready to build, not just for me, myself, and I. I'm not doing the survival mode. I was in survival mode. Was I in survival mode when I published my first? Uh, when I published my first book years ago, I think it was in what? Then was I? I think what was going on with that energy? What was we? Oh, we were in the end of Hollywood. That we was in the when I published my first work. That's when it was like the death of Hollywood starting. Like 2013, 2014, when all that was ending and the new people was coming forth as far as the people on the internet. And it was a time that it was not hard for me to be. I was actually I was on book tours and all that. I was on tours. They wanted me to go over to the United Kingdom. And plus, I was singing and they wanted me to sing over in other countries and stuff like that too. But I decided that I needed to sit down and go within. I decided that, and my ancestors decided that they sat me down too, which I made a choice before, sort of to be like, no, I need to heal. I need to do some work. Well, now here we are with stop doing that shit right now, and I'm definitely in alignment with my inside. I have that good feeling that it's the right place, the right time, and this is for you, and this is for us, and I'm trying to, like I said, attract the right people. But I was telling her like, our ancestors would be proud to see us doing the things that they've done, because a lot of the history are lies that they teach us in school. Ghislaine Maxwell, dad, was the author of our books to dumb us down. So a lot of that stuff and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my nana. I'm grateful for my grandmother for telling me, who I was and where I come from, because I used to get into debates with my history teachers, and as a kid, I was a little kid getting, you need to sit out for a while and get out of the classroom, because my teacher be turning red, because I'd be like, I didn't come from there, and my grandmama and my aunt, my old elders told me. I be telling them what I was told, and it was a problem. But I was an A student, so I guess that helped. But I would always debate with my history teacher. But what is it? Thank you. I appreciate that. Jalen McNeil, thank you. Hi. Happy solar return. Happy solar return to you. Wow. I hope you have a good, not just a good day. I hope you have a good rest of the year and a good rest of your life. You are so welcome, Jalen. You are so welcome. And y'all 15 up here, don't be saying this word. Just say the shh part. Don't be saying. So I'm gonna watch how I talk. So don't be saying the cuss word. Don't, cause you can't. You know what I'm saying? I just said that because it's kind of catchy, and that's what you know what I'm saying. That's what we be saying as adults. But we still have to be respectable to the children. But I'll say the shh. Yeah, okay. You be like, stop doing that right now. But yeah, happy solar return to you. Well, look, I think we all might say a bad word every now and then. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect. We just got to be working on ourselves and trying. And it's good to be that young and want the knowledge. That's good. Cause I wish when I was your age, I wish I knew some of the things that I know now. If I knew some of the things that I know now at your age, oh my God, I'm telling you, y'all are so intelligent and on it now. Like I admire I admire to a lot of degrees the generation. What is it, Z? I admire them because I look at them and I have a I have a 11-year old that's like this 11-year old is. I'm like, you say the things that I wish I could have said at that age. Like, they don't hold no ceilings, and it's just so I mean, we were afraid. Like, we were like little slaves. We couldn't speak our mind. We would get we would get disciplined for saying the stuff that the 11-year old say. I'm like, the 11-year-old pretty much told me, like, recently, like, I'm not gonna be faking and act like I'm happy with something when I'm not. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm just not. I'm like, and then they got that Leo energy too. So I'm like, this is definitely a time to be alive, to see how kids now. And I think that they're made out to be bad, but at the same time, I think that the energy just need to be channeled in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You can't be. I can't sit up here on these phones and these devices all the time. I feel weird. So what I have to do, I have to get out in nature. You said I'm in peace. I'm a Pisces. Okay. You said it's your birthday though. You not no Pisces. What are you, a Pisces moon? If you born today, you not a Pisces. You are a what, Leo. You might be a Pisces moon or something like that, but you definitely now you could be a Pisces rising or a Venus, but you're definitely not a Pisces sun if you were born today. Pisces is up what, in March? At March, April? Well, the end of February and up into March is the Pisces time. That's not now. The Leo is now. But okay, that's good. You make good grades. But yeah, so what I was saying is the generations now, they don't they don't take what my generation took. They don't even take what the millennials took. This generation here, they just need to be guided in the right direction. But this is the generation that I'm really trying to leave the knowledge for, and because that's who they after. They after y'all because they know y'all are the future. That's why I got on my TikTok song. I got that song. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. See, that's that Whitney Houston song. They don't play that no more. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love. Y'all need to go back and listen to that music. They got some good music now, and I do listen to some of that stuff, but some of that stuff, it'll have your mind in the wrong place. So you got to balance it out with some stuff like, real deep hurts, like Michael Jackson. I don't know if they changed the hurts with his music, but they were saying he was putting those hurts to connect you back to source into his music sounds and stuff. But you need, I bet you do go back and listen to some of that old school music, and yeah, you need to. That helped me a lot. I meditate. When I was doing that the exercises in this book that I wrote, stop doing that right now. I was meditating and listening to a lot of the old school music and stuff like that. I know they done went and tampered with the megahertz or the hertz of the music, but I still was tapping in. But oh, you said your cousin birthday. Okay, okay, I got you. But yeah, that song is a nice song, and it's talking about the children. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the generations that I won't even see. Like we can't, they left us. They really didn't leave us too much. I'm talking about as a collective. Even if my parents decide to leave me something when they pass on, and they hadn't passed yet, and I don't think they're gonna pass anytime. But you never know. You can I can't. I'm not I can't judge that. But I'm saying as a collective, the baby they didn't leave. They're not gonna leave our people a lot. Like that generation that's leaving soon, that's passing on. They're not gonna pass really much on. Even if I say, well, I got mine. As a collective, we gotta look at each other as like not just me, myself, and I. We have to, and I think that's what y'all generation do. I think that y'all generation, as far as the Gen X's, y'all are more like a hive. Everybody does the same thing. They I don't know if it was ever a generation that's so I don't know. That can be good and that can be bad too. Cause think about it. If y'all are following each other like that, all they have to do is come in and infiltrate, and they can get you, influence you to do something maybe that you shouldn't be doing. So you have to be careful with that hive type thing too, because they can influence a lot of y'all wrongly. And even though y'all are, I think y'all are smart. I just think that you've been given so many devices until sometimes you might have like you may need to work on like communication, effective community, and you can fix that. You can fix that by researching and training yourself to effectively communicate, to control your emotions, to think about what you're saying, and not be so annoyed with adults. And I get it. I get it, because we can be annoying, and I used to be like that somewhat when I was like, I wish they would just stop talking to me. Oh my God, I gotta hear the same thing. But we were more respectful. Once y'all learn how to have social skills, because when you're on the internet a lot of times and dealing with these devices, your social skills are compromised. So all you gotta do is practice that and learn how to channel your emotions and your energy. A lot of times when you angry, instead of hurting yourself and getting into trouble by maybe doing something you shouldn't do, you could maybe go in and jog around the house, or do a jumping jacks, or join a karate class or something, in the neighborhood, or volunteer, or boxing or something, to get that aggression out. Cause I know y'all be upset. Like I was upset when I was a teen, and you going into being adults and preteens, and you're not grown till you like 30, honey. They tell y'all that y'all grown when y'all 18. Your brain is not fully developed till you in your 30s. And that depends on, okay, you don't have to like karate, but you know what? I'm gonna give you something that's gonna really help you. And it's in my book. So I'm gonna give you a tip. You know that if you do stuff like qigong, you can you can control your energy, and get your energy moving through your body with qigong exercises. That's something you could do. You probably might would like that. You can study that. You can look it up and see, look up a few exercises. I don't know if you able to get my book. I don't know if you're able to get this book, but it teaches. I have a video with the package that's on PayShip. It's only like $29. Don't go get your parents' card and do none of that. Please don't do none of that. But it's 5 healing videos with the ebook. So it does a lot with teaching you how to do the breathing exercise. I got the breathe. Week 1 is breathing. Week 2 is the grounding. Week 3 is the feeling. You going inside and, okay, that's good. Oh, that's cool. And then you doing the 4th week is what? You moving your body and stuff. You getting the qigong. That's the 4th week. And the 5th week is the lymphatic rub. That's meaning that you getting the toxins out of your body. The lymphatic system. That's where your kidneys and stuff filter out toxins and heavy metals and all that stuff. So I have all these I have all these simple exercises in The healing package and it's in the ebook that's gonna be available on Kindle KDP within probably the next day. But yeah, qigong will help you to harness and move your energy around. Like if you angry, the breathing helps you. A grounding gets the stuff out of your body and gives it to the earth. You give your stuff that you don't need to the earth, and it gives you back what you need. So grounding has been proven. Like it's if you look it up, grounding has been proven to to help you with your blood pressure and stress and all of that. And y'all need that with these energies that's coming in. So breathing exercises would help you. If you even if you got asthma, you don't have to, you don't have to it would help you strengthen your lungs, maybe. I mean, consult with your doctor first, consult with the physician. But in my opinion, it would seem because I know it helps me. The breathing, I don't have asthma, but when I was born, they diagnosed me with it. But I ain't had no problem. I don't, some of them diagnoses I don't need this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But I do breathing exercises, and it helps me to strengthen my lungs and stuff like that, and my upper respiratory and lower. Even with the breathing that I do, where I put like one finger on one side of my nose and I breathe in, I hold it a few seconds, maybe to a count of 8 or 10. Just doing that a few times has unstopped my nose and stuff when I had like upper respiratory issues and stuff like that. So yeah. But math and science is good, but you still need to get that energy out of your body. You still need to be, need to be grounding and breathing and moving the energy through your body and stuff like that, and cleaning out your lymphatic system, even at your age. Imagine what would happen if you start doing that type of stuff now. Imagine how you'll be able to channel your energy and your chi and be able to control your emotions and manifest the things you want and heal yourself without, maybe in the near future having to go through a lot of other extra stuff or taking, different things outside, reaching for things outside of yourself. So yeah, also we see that the nodes have flipped. It's the north node has just flipped to Aquarius, and the south node is in Leo, and then we have the happy LionsGate portal. So you were born on 8/8. This is the LionsGate portal. This is the LionsGate. That's that Leo energy. We into that Shegmeth. When you look at the Egyptian Kemetic and the Egyptian hieroglyphs, you see Shegmeth is the warrior deity goddess that's over this Leo energy. And they also said this with the card. Somebody said it was the jack. Is it a jack of clubs? And that's what I have in my family. A little jack of clubs, and we got a couple of king of clubs. So they say that's the Leo season. The jack of clubs, the queen of clubs, and also Shegmeth, the ancient warrior goddess, the Egyptian ancient warrior goddess. She's the protective, fierce goddess that was a blood. They said they had to lock her up when she finished fighting because she don't stop. Like she go hard. It's Shegmet. Look it up. The ancient Egyptian warrior goddess. Yep. And they say the trees, when you go in ground, I'm talking about grounding. That's when you go and take your shoes off near the tree and you touch the tree and connect with the tree and hugging on the tree. And people, I've been doing this for years. Since a child, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was always in the trees and stuff like that. And people always would be like, "Why do you be?" Honey, it's been proven that when they training the soldiers and stuff, they tell them to go and talk to the trees to find out what direction to go in and stuff. So it's not just me. It's stuff that's really happening in real time. So that's when I say grounding. I mean taking your shoes off, finding a tree and getting near the earth and just meditating and letting the energy from you that you need to get rid of throughout the week and stuff flow out of your body to the earth, and then you receiving the energy from the earth, and you connecting with the tree. Even sun gazing when the sun first comes up, not in the middle of the day when it's at its highest frequency, but when it's rising and setting, That's a good time to sun gaze a few minutes and stuff like that. That stuff, it really works and it helps, and I know because I've been doing it for years. It has helped me a lot, a lot. But yeah, getting back to that thing I was saying, a lot of times when they came and they when they took over the colonies and did their what you call it, conquest, where they took the lands from the indigenous people, the melanated people. They tell us, in the books that we came from Africa, but we finding out from what my grandmother always told me, we finding out that to be true. We were always here. They just changed our names and our identity and switched a lot of us around. And I do believe what somebody was saying. Like they said that they believe that they brought a lot of our ancestors from other islands and brought them over here. That's why they won't be so fast to do reparations, because a lot of us, we think we was here in America, but before they did their colonizations and conquests and separating the colonies and doing all this crap of stealing the land and taking our people out and eating them and all this and that, they was moving us around. Like they did they did do like we were prisoners of wars, not slaves. POWs is different. So what they would do, I think, would get us from like the Jamaica and the Caribbean and the islands and all that, because it's melanated people all over the world. So they would get us from islands and bring us probably to this side. There used to then be a South and North America. We all were one. We were connected, and a lot of times the ley lines and the dragon lines. When I say ley lines, I'm talking about the dragon lines. They were farther than just what they do with the states and counties now. So Virginia used to run all the way up into the Appalachians and run all the way down into parts of way on down into deep parts of North Carolina. I'm talking about probably like beyond the coast. That's where a lot of our tribes and our people connected each other. It was very a large terrain. It wasn't just like what they doing there. They got us thinking like that's the bullshit. That's the mess that they did. Well, we in this county and we in that county, and it's larger than that. Our grid lines and ley lines and dragon lines where we connected to our people were longer than that. It would run from probably like all the way from Lumberton on up through Virginia, on up through no telling. Might run all the way up through Tennessee. The ley lines and the dragon lines. They're a lot wider terrain than what they have sectioned us off in with these states. We didn't have borders like that. Like we could travel like where we wanted to. We didn't have to have passports and all this mess to go here and go there and blah 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 and all this paperwork where they done connected us to the birth certificate when we were born and stuff, and our parents sold us out. And we sold our kids out because we didn't know no better. We didn't know that the birth certificate made you not be sovereign to the land. It made you like a dead man and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? With the birth certificates and all that stuff. So we didn't have all of that before they colonized and did their conquest and all of that. We had ley lines and dragon lines where we resonated with, and we had people that would like travel back and forth, and we had our own systems, and they worked because a lot of the systems that they use in there, they stole them from our indigenous people, from our ancient people, from the clan mothers and the chiefs and the Moors and all that. You know what I'm saying? The Moors went and civilized Europe, brought medicines and sciences and made the people that was like living, they civilized them. I mean, I ain't even gonna go into details because I don't know if I know they don't teach this in school, but I teach this to my children that I teach and the ones I homeschool and teach online. So yeah, they civilized them. They taught them how to walk upright and all kinds of stuff. So you know, they took and divided like they doing now. They've been doing that, dividing the counties and trying to take the power. What they really trying to do is take now, and have been doing in the past, take total control over your mind, body, and soul, where you won't have no say so really, and you being watched and all this and that. We gotta say something now. This the Leo season. This the time to have effective communication. You know what I'm saying? It's time to, if you a creator, it's time to create. It's time to create from a pure place too. of thinking about not just survival mode and yourself, but thinking about the future generations, thinking about the collective. You know, you're gonna make sure you all right, but thinking about building something for the future, building something for the present. What world do we want? Do we want to live like this? I know I don't. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be in a world where my kids aren't safe, where my descendants aren't safe, where my generations to come aren't safe. I don't want to be in a world where kids are not safe, women are not safe, men are not safe. I'm not just an advocate for the women and the children. Men ain't been safe neither. I don't know why men think they safe here. I don't know why they think they safe. They not safe either. We none of. I don't want to leave a world like this for my descendants. I don't want to. I don't want to be in a world where, I mean, you don't know if your kids go to public school, they're gonna be okay. I mean, they got, you know, underground uh access to your kids, and the food is being, you know what I'm saying, the food is poison in the supermarket. I mean, come on, y'all. We don't supposed to be living like this. We supposed to be able to eat pure food and not gain 100 pounds from eating a loaf of bread that got all kind of car chemicals in it and stuff. Come on now. This is the upside down. We don't want to leave this for our children. We don't, even if we ain't. You might say, I don't have no kids. I ain't got no little kids. I'm thinking about us as a collective. I'm thinking about us as a collective. Well, they gonna have to get it how they live and get it out of. That's the mentality of them baby boomers. That tough love, and you gonna have to get it out of the ground, and I done went through Jim Crow, so you gotta get. No, I'm not saying that you don't have to teach your kids or teach the generations discipline. That they don't have to learn consistency. They don't have to learn how to control their emotions and have respect, because you're supposed to, have respect for people that have respect for you. And they had us thinking, well, I'm your elder, so that mean that, I could do what I want to do to you. But even just because you're older don't mean you're an elder. And just because you're older don't mean that you deserve respect. I'm not saying you go around here and putting your hands on older people and get no elderly abuse charge. But I'm just saying, the older people have to realize that we're not in the same generations. These generations here, they're gonna treat you like you treat them. You can't say, "Oh, well, respect me because I'm older than you," and you're not showing respect to them. That's all I'm saying. If you want respect, you got to give it. You can't just demand and use religion as far as, the Bible say that obey your elders and your days will be longer. When the kid can turn around and say, well, it also says don't provoke your child to wrath. I see a lot of older people provoking their children. They ain't done the healing work on themselves. Some of these people don't even need to be around children. They don't need to be around children because if you look at their track record, they don't messed a whole lot of generations up as it is. They have messed the whole. So they don't really need to be around children. They don't know how to raise children. They don't know how to treat children. They don't. Matter of fact, they still on that showing partiality mess. They got one child or one group of children that they'll treat like this, and then they got another group that they'll treat like that. You know how many wars and divisions that calls for? Honey, I am tired of that. That's right. I'm beating the table. That's why I'm glad that a lot of this stuff is being, broken down, because that's that Aquarius age. That's that patriarchal and religious age. All of that favoritism and I like this one and that one because they skin color is this, or they look like that, or they mama is this one, or they daddy is this one, or they got a job over here, or they a nepo baby, or they bloodline paying the college off, and they ain't got to do this and that. They done fooled us and painted an illusion long enough. I am tired that this mess is. I'm glad that this mess is being torn down. I am glad, cause it was all an illusion. They had us all in an illusion, thinking that, Hollywood is this. Them people were actors. Even my generation got fooled by the gangster rap. And I'm gonna say that gangster rap went into that trap. What's that music that they listen to in Chicago and them places? Them boys didn't even make it. Some of them girls and them boys didn't even make it till their brain could develop so they could stop and realize I don't need to be out here fighting my neighbor or my brethren or people that look like me. I'm at war with you, at war with your own people because of you been MK Ultra and programmed to fight each other. Just fighting because you done been chemicalized and programmed through the generations to fight a battle that ain't even the enemy. And on top of that, you fighting your own and ganging and banging, and they happy, they sitting back because you taking out your brother in that could help you in a battle. You taking out your people, and I'm saying that our generation didn't help it because they introduced the gangster rap, and we really thought that them people were gangsters, honey. They had us in the music either thinking about all this gangster stuff because Tupac was an actor. He did ballet. He was not no gangster like that. All of them guys were educated, and I really think they were working. I don't think none of them people was really real gangsters, and we thought these people were really out here. These people made good grades in school, and they was just actors. And we out here thinking that they were real show enough gangsters. And then they had the women listening to this music about I get so weak in the knees, I can't hardly speak. Then what's another song? Though my days are cold without you. All them damn songs was talking about relationships that nobody should be in, nobody should be pursuing, and nobody should be looking for. Just a bunch of pain, a bunch of depression songs, a bunch of heartbreak. Oh, I'm so hurt. He won't come home, or she cheating on me, or somebody else messing with my lady or my best friend. All of that mess. We shouldn't have been thinking about that. Should have been going within so we could stop doing that right now. That's what we should have been doing back then. But it's not too late. Because back then, during that time, honey, we had Bobby Hemmett lecturing, popping out of South Carolina, lecturing all in. Bobby Hemmett was lecturing all. I was supposed to be, I would visit Atlanta and I would visit New York at that time. But I really feel like it was in alignment for me. And see, you don't miss out on stuff. It loops back around. You never completely miss out on things unless you believe you missed out. Because it comes again. It comes again. It's everything is a spiral. It's a circle, so it winds around. So I was supposed to be in the location at that time where I could be in those lecturers like a Cedar Ducateers and them guys and all of them and brother Rich and them. I was supposed because I was headed that way because I was into the music thing, and I was actually having my music on the radio. They wanted me to do music with people like Ti back then. They wanted to sign me with them, but I was in the gospel music and inspiration music. So being in church, I was like, no, I'm not doing no blues secular, and I'm glad I didn't. Oh, I'm so glad I done had a few opportunities, but I was performing, but I was an independent artist. So I had opportunities, but I turned them down. So had I had went to Atlanta at that time, I would have been in the mix of Bobby Hemmett and those people that I'm connected with. The same. See, that's why I say opportunities do not miss you. You just have to get in alignment. You just have to get in alignment. And look, even though I visited those places, but I didn't move there. I still connected with them same energies just at a later time when I was in alignment. Look at that. And people will tell you, oh, it's too late. It's over for you. You know what I'm saying? They done throw, like I was talking about in the last live about how in the Bible, in the Old Testament, what happened with Job when, see, I'm talking about stop doing that right now. Support. Thank you for your support, everyone. I'm telling you, this is not just something that I wrote to be telling you what is stuff that I've done and stuff that works and have worked for other people. Thank you for your support. Y'all support it. I want to attract. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm trying to attract my tribe. So I'm trying to attract people that are ready for change from within, that's sick and tired, and they tired. They just like, look, something gotta give, something gotta change. What do I need to do? I done tried the religion, I done tried the therapy, I done tried the medicine, I done tried a woman, I done tried a man, I done tried the drugs, I done tried the corn, I done tried the everything. Eat it up. I done tried to eat and it don't make me happy. I done tried to drink it up. I done try to stay in toxic relationships and I'm still not happy. I know I gotta end this stuff or whatever. This book, this healing package, you can get the book on Kindle in about a day, or you can go right now to PayShip and get the healing package. It's the ebook with the 5 healing videos. These are tools to help you go within and get to where you need to be at, and they are proven to work because I've done it and I've used these tools several years for other people. It's not just nothing that I'm talking about. It's something that I've actually done. But yeah. So getting back to the story of how people will give up on you. Looking at Job and how he was brought before God. In the story it says that the devil went, or Satan went to God and said, "If you put pressure on Job, I'm pretty sure he'll turn on you." So what happened is they made a bet. God and the devil made a bet that if the God would pressure Job and put him through a lot, like pure hell, then Job would fold on God. So in the story, Job lost his kids. He lost everything he had. He lost his cattle because back then cattle, which in some places it's still the same thing. I don't know why they try to act like it's changed. Money ain't got no value. It's not backed by gold. Money stopped being backed by gold. What, in the 70s, the late 60s, 70s. So it's really no value to no dollar bills. It's not backed by anything. The value is in land and real estate and even cattle now. If you got cattle, healthy cattle, horses and cows and sheep and goat, and you got it set up right, y'all know they make us think like poor people get welfare. They make it seem like, oh, government bailouts is welfare. If you got your thing registered certain ways, you can get funding. And you don't even really got to be working hard or doing nothing. It's just how you got your paperwork and stuff set up. Yeah, so in that story, Job go through everything. He gets sick and get boils on his skin. His wife tell him to curse God and die, and Job still won't fold on God. So, everybody gave up on him. His friends and everybody turned their back on him. So a lot of times when you go into the potter's house, and that's what they call it, they call it the potter's house. Sometimes you get broken all the way down to nothing. That's what has to happen a lot of times. We have to let go of that ego, especially now. Somebody was saying this on the show, what is it? On the Brother Rich channel last night with the group he had. You're not gonna be able to go into this new energy with your ego. I witnessed that last night. I was somewhere and I was talking to somebody and we was disputing something and they ego was all up front. And I'm like, sometimes you just gonna have to admit when you wrong. I've had to do it like to children, like be like, listen, I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. Please forgive me. Cause I'm a student forever. I don't know everything. I'm not in that energy. I don't know if I ever was in that energy where I know everything. You do what I say, and when I'm wrong, I can't. That's a terrible way to be. That's not good. That's energy is not gonna work. You're gonna have to work from your heart chakra. You can't. You don't have to throw your ego in a trash can, but you're gonna have to sit your ego down. You can't be on that. I'm right, and even if I'm wrong, I'm still right, and everybody bow down to me and surrender to me. That's not the energy now. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna give you no blessings. I ain't gonna say blessings because that means to sprinkle with blood. We ain't doing no cannibalism, sprinkling nobody with no damn. But that enough of that's been done to our people, and it's being done now. I'm not with that. I don't like human meat, none of that. So I'm gonna say blessings. You're not gonna get your blissful blessings. So all in your ego, can't nobody tell you nothing. You always right. You don't know how to say, look, I cross boundaries. I'm wrong. Please forgive me. A lot of times, that's all you need to say to mend a broken bridge or mend a relationship. Apologize. And there's some people that want you to apologize, and you like, I ain't did nothing to you. Well, you need to be apologizing to me. I'm not gonna apologize. Now, that's neither here nor there, and I digress. But I'm just saying, like, you're not gonna go into this Aquarius age. You're not gonna go into this LionsGate portal. You gotta pass through the gates of a Mensa. Your heart gotta be light as a feather. Your intentions gotta be pure. This the leaders that's coming forth now. People that's done. You know how you say you're gonna meal do a barbecue? They done been through the storm. They done made it off the ocean on the planks. The ship done wrecked. They done floated on the boards on the ocean. They done been through the fire and didn't get burned, honey. They done been through the storm. Okay? They done been in the eye of the storm. They done been broken down in the potter's house to nothing. And has been built back up to be the light body, the gold body. Pure. Not perfect, but pure as gold. You're gonna have to not be talking about it. You're gonna have to be about it. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna actually have to know what you're talking about there and have transparency and not be ashamed of your past and know that you had to integrate all of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what's coming forth now. The true, the real leaders, okay? It's time for the actors to sit down and for to let the God, the deities, the real guys rise up and teach, okay? People that know that they know that they know how to take you to the promised land from within. I ain't talking about no heaven outside of yourself. I ain't talking about no sky cracking open and you getting caught up. I'm talking about you getting caught up with going within and figuring it out for yourself using the tools that you've been given. Even this is a good tool. Stop doing that shit right now. Going within and using those tools to find your heaven on earth, to find your promised land. Going within yourself and getting to know you. That's what I'm talking about. Even as a child, even I teach children and stuff. Going within is it. Anything outside of your matter of fact, you like, oh, I've been looking for love all my life. I didn't have no parent to love me. Some people done been. Some of these people ain't never had no parents. I know this one man told me that his mama put him out. I don't even know if this was true, but it might have been. He said at 8 years old, she put him out on the streets and told him to go for what he know. I was like, boy, you a good. He made something out of himself, but that's tough. Some of these people ain't never had no parents. They be looking for love in relationships. Oh, I'm looking for the person to treat me good like my mama did. Oh, I'm looking for somebody to love me like my daddy did. Oh, I didn't have a brother or sister that was there for me, so I'm looking for that outside of myself. Honey, first and foremost, you got to go within and love yourself and find the love within you. You never gonna find nothing outside of yourself. It's all within you. Everything you looking for is within you. And stop doing that shit right now. It's a tool book to teach you to go within. So support Maat's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. La, la, la. Support Maat's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. And also support my ebook and my healing package. The ebook is available coming in the next day or so soon on KDP Kindle, $7.99, and the healing package is on PayShip for $29. Like I said, we got some big things popping with Maat's Temple. I was sitting down for a little while and going within and working on myself and just creating, but I was the spirit was like, it's not time. My higher source is like, it's not time yet. You got some more work to do. I was like, you got more work to do. You're not ready. You got more work to do on yourself, my son goddess 777. Yes, you. Go look in the mirror. I'm talking to you. You got more work to do on yourself. It's not, and it's a continual process. It's levels to this healing. It's levels to this shift. It's levels, So I was working on me to bring this forth to you. I still have stuff that I'm working on. This is gonna be this. Like I said, this is not just a book or a healer. This is a whole movement. So I'm never gonna stop talking about this. I'm never gonna stop talking about this because I know I'm attracting my tribe. I know that all I gotta do is build it and they will come. I know it's gonna reach a certain group that it's meant for. So I know I'm in complete alignment. I don't feel that in my gut like, dang, I went too far. Or this just don't feel right. Like it ain't from the right source. But I feel it in my heart, mind, body, and soul. Oh, this is what you call it? This is that good tea. This is that tea. Yeah, so yeah. Support the book, the ebook, get your healing package. Support Maat's Temple. And is there anything else I wanted to say? I'm thinking. Yeah, don't be distracted by all these. They really trying to go out with a fight. Like they This is a this system that's crashing and falling is a death system, a death. That's all they. It's always one somebody got to be sacrificed or sacrifice the firstborn or always it can't. I'm like I never understood. And I seen this in the mentality because this is taught in religions too about the firstborn sacrifice and you got to listen to Seven Bomar when it how they indoctrinated these people to think that something always got to be sacrificed the firstborn and all that kind of human sacrifice and then they bring in even the human cannibalism into these religions. But we going into the age where everybody, I mean, ain't nobody got to be thrown under the bus. One child got to be thrown under the bus or thrown in the damn hole because the daddy favored that one child and he got to be sold into slavery, or one child got to be treated bad while the Esau and what is it? Esau and I ain't never understood it. Why is Esau and Jacob? Why they both couldn't be loved? See what I'm saying? Why Esau and Jacob got to be? And I don't even think that was a white man. If they ever existed, that couldn't have. That was maybe a red ninja. That won't no white man. Ain't no way. It won't no white people back then. So it's no way that Esau could have been white. And they use that story talking about, oh, that's the white man. Them white people ain't been here that long like that. I mean, we had some fair skinned, melanated people, because I got people in my family, even when my grandmother, before I was born, her aunts and them, they was passing. They couldn't pass for other races. But I'm saying, the white and black thing was invented in the 1600s. It's no such thing as white and black people. It's a status. If you look in the law, the Black's Law book, it'll tell you all about the status of black and white. They got you checking something that you shouldn't really be checking at all. You should be saying, you indigenous or you just an American, but black and white, we not even black. They not even white. So, and the people that you consider to be that wasn't here way back then. It was all melanated people all over the earth. To a certain, just not long ago, probably what, like they don't, just 1800s. That's when they came about. And that's another story. I'm not even gonna talk about it today because I'm about to get off of here. But I'm just saying, they tell you, well, Esau was a white man. That was not, if they ever existed, because the Bible is a good lesson learner. I was a Sunday school teacher. I have used the religions to get where I need to get at, and the faith I got them from it. I'm not gonna throw the baby, but you have to be careful with. Oh, they done try to knock me off. You have to be careful with religions because religions will, yeah, they about to knock me off. Religions will also, they can be used to put you in a box, put you in chains. It can be used to brainwash and control people. They can use religions for a lot of different things. So you have to be careful with religion too. Like some that can help you can also hurt you. You have to have balance. You can't be like, oh, I know this is all what God, because whenever man touch something, it's tampered with. And a lot of those religious books, a lot of those books and stuff, like the Bible, it's a bunch of ancient stories compiled into the Bible. Like it's stuff that's happened ancient times that they made it seem like they put names to it of people that they decided that they wanted to call them and whatnot. But it's stuff that's in the ancient scrolls and the ancient texts and the Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff like that. Like even the story of Mary, and it's like Isis and Horus, or it's outside. It's just stories that's good stories, but it's really not. You can't say, okay, I know exactly. Maybe some of it, but I'm just saying, like some of that stuff was even stolen from the ancient oracles, the women and stuff. Like they say, a lot of the Old Testament, majority of it was written by the women, and the patriarchy took it and used it for their benefit. And I can believe that. And I'm not even saying the matriarch is all good, cause come on, it need to be balance on both sides, and it need to be purification on both sides. It need to be a restructuring on both sides, cause nobody's good like that, cause they all been corrupted, they all been infiltrated, they all been disorganized, they all been turned upside down. We don't know who the women is, who the men is. They done inverted everything. So you can't say, well, oh, the women, I used to be like, oh, the women are victims and they don't do nothing. That's not true. You got some women that is worse and running the stuff from the background. Yeah. They keep a lot of stuff going. You got some men like that too. So you can't say, oh, it's the women, it's the men. It's a spiritual thing, or it's the color skin. Even though I believe some of these groups of people have been used as puppets, honey, they were used as puppets trained by the black nobility. Not people that's like us. They look like us, but they not us. They been trained. They were their puppets used to wreak havoc on the melanated people all across the world and in the Americas. They were used as a puppet. So they were one heck of a puppet, I tell you. They trained them. They trained them that I guess as long as they're upon the face of the earth to make hell with the melanated people. So, but they were puppets. They wasn't here back in them days when they talk about Esau and Jacob and all that. No, they wasn't here. There was all melanated people here. So a lot of times when they talk about Europe, the original Europeans were black. They were melanated. You got to think about that. The original Europeans were melanated people. They were all melanated people. You know, the people, so-called white people, which that's a title because no such thing as black and white. Those people came, they only been here since the what? Probably not past the 1800s. If you really want to know the truth. Now, it's some people that look like they white people, but they passing. They come, I know people that have mothers that's darker than me and they look white. So you can't really tell a lot by skin color with people. You can't really tell. Because they can come out looking a certain way and they be have melanated, or you know what I'm saying. A lot of those people, those dirty Moors, mix the bloodline up anyway. Like we got people in our families right now that's messed up. They are, you know, they agents. They ain't getting no money for it. They ain't working for the government. They working for some kind of spiritual agency or organization. They done made a contract before they got here because all you seeing them doing is killing, stealing, and destroying. And they might not kill people or destroy. They might not kill physically, but it's a such thing as spiritual death or spiritual murder. They be doing a lot, and they ain't got no money. They seem like they being remotely controlled, and you like, I know they ain't working for the government because they would be getting paid better. So they must have made a contract before they got here. Anyway, so this has been my son Goddess 777. Please support the book. Thank you for the ones that have already supported the book and the reviews. Thank you. Like I said, the ebook is coming in a day or so on Kindle KDP. And support Maat's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. And thank you for joining the live. Y'all have a blissful day on this Saturn's Day. And like I said, go within, do your breathing exercises, do your grounding, tap in, connect to nature. Go within and heal yourself. And if you need an extra tool and want to be a part of the tribe, get my book, Stop Doing That Shit, right now. It's available right now. And thank you. Y'all have a